I get a call from a number that like I don't got saved or anything. I ignore it. They call me 2 times, then they text me like, "Yo, pick up, hit me back." Rah rah. I'm like, okay. You know, my curiosity always gets the better of me.
Yeah.
It could be some scamming dude. I'ma still call you back. I just gotta see. I just gotta make sure.
Right.
Call him back. Maybe like in the beginning of the year, which I'm gonna call it, I had won some competition to where it's like, oh, if you win, you get to have a meeting with Atlantic Records. I called dude back. He's like, yo, what are the chances I can get you in New York tomorrow morning?
And here with my guy Novian Wright.
What up? What's good, y'all?
What's going on?
Another day.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You want to talk about like your journey here a little bit, because I feel like it's a little important for people, anybody that's trying to make it. Talk about like what you have in store today and everything that happened, because you got a busy day.
Yeah, today has been one of them real running around days. You know, I don't usually take the trip out to Boston way too often. I kind of like to stay in my little zone of Worcester, Massachusetts. So I got this really big show coming up, but we'll get into that later. This morning we had to do a little bit of a rehearsal with my DJ Brandy Chanel, shout out. You know, we got that in real quick, and we had a nice little day with the team and the family and all that, and we had to make our way out here to Phoenix Downs just to get some in with my guy Coco real quick, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a real busy day, but a real interesting one, you know what I mean?
And then you gotta go to work after this.
Yeah.
Anybody that's trying to make it, this how you grind for real.
It's a reality. I gotta have that balance, but it sucks, but you gotta have it, I promise.
Yeah. So your song, Out of It.
Can't say I wanna see all of y'all flourish. I've had my fair share of thoughts about watching the world burning. You move for you, or do you move for all the head turning? You wanna be redeemed or just be ready to burn it? This that lift that throw a ham and shit, you gotta earn it.
You wanna, what's that song about?
I think it's more just like somebody who's, you know, there's a lot of different type of people. You know, some people who are really good at being really in the moment, and some people who are like too in their head about stuff. So like, you know, there'll be the people who are so focused on like the future and shit like that, instead of like, you know, enjoying what's happening right now. And there's some people who are too into the moment, who are not worried about what's going on right now. Regardless, in any sense, you're out of it. You're not where you're supposed to be at the right time. You know what I mean?
Trying to stay present.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which one would you say that you are out of those two people?
I would definitely say that I'm an in the moment sort of person, but like sometimes like not in the best way. It's like I'm in the moment, like shit, I'm not really doing what I should be doing right now to be better in the future. I don't think about the future like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely got to have that balance though.
For sure.
Be in the moment, stay present, do everything that you need to do at the time, but also kind of try to plan for the future.
The whole time, you gotta have it. You know what I mean? Like everything goes hand in hand. I feel like you have to be a master at both to like have a real good handle on like life at least.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure. So, how long have you been rapping for?
I've been rapping since I was 8, so 12 years.
12 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. At what point did you feel like you found your sound a little bit?
I feel like I didn't find my sound until like maybe I graduated high school, because like, you know, there's a really like fine line between people who influence you versus like people who inspire you. Cause I feel like influence can be heard and it's like, oh shoot, you sound like this dude, versus like, yeah, you sound like this dude, but you put your own spin on it.
Yeah.
So I feel like 17 is probably like when I actually like found my way to actually like start putting my own spin on the things that influence me. You know what I mean?
Who would you say influenced you the most?
Definitely Saba.
Saba?
Yeah.
Okay. Who do people usually say that you do sound like?
I always get Cole and Drake.
Cole and Drake?
Cole and Drake all the time.
Yeah, I think I would add like, I'd say like Corday a little bit.
I'll take that.
And then I feel like the Chance the Rapper that people loved, like back in like, what was that, 2012 to up till Coloring Book.
Real acid rap.
Yeah, I'd say the early Chance the Rapper a little bit.
I get a Mine sometimes too. That's a rare one, but I get it occasionally.
Yeah, but you definitely got like your own sound though, like your own, like you got people that I could compare you to, but you got like a unique sound.
Appreciate it.
Dope.
Hey.
So you said after high school is when you start to find your sound.
Absolutely.
Did you go to college after high school, or you just
I went to UMass Lowell for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, Man, I'm not about to be that one dude who just like said he rapped when he's like 40 years old and like never like took the chance to actually like see what it could do for him.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, it's time to actually
Go
put
all
my
in
whole
with
foot
it.
in this bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that like a tough decision for you? Were you nervous a little bit, or you were just like, man, I'm all in it?
It was. I mean, I'm a real anxious person, so it was. I went back and forth with myself a lot, but you know, like this is something I've wanted for a really long time. It was more of just like trying to convince like my folks and stuff like, y'all gotta let me take this risk just to like see what I can do with it.
Yeah.
And I haven't regretted it since. I'm real proud of myself for doing this, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, that is definitely a big risk. Like a lot of people. What did your parents say about it at first?
They've always really been supportive of what I did. Like they always used to tell me, like, if you was ass, like you wouldn't have no mic, you wouldn't have no laptop, like you'd be trying to be a doctor or something. I don't know, but they listen to my music, they like my music, they like the things that I talk about and the things that I gain inspiration from. So it's like, it's a vision that they've always been able to support. So like, why not go all in with me?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what's up. I feel like so many people don't, like, if you're in college and you're an artist, I feel like it's rare to have your parents be like, all right, yeah, go ahead and pursue it. Leave college. That's what's up. You would consider yourself a risk taker then?
I consider myself an overthinking risk taker. I would, if I take a risk, I'm like having an anxiety attack while taking it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely not the like jump off a cliff if your friend jump off a cliff type person. But like,
so it's less impulse, more just like, all right, I'm about to think this through. Yeah. Calculate it a little bit. Yeah.
For the most part, every time. I don't know. I just like, I've never been the best at just being like, fuck it, let's just go, because I feel like every time that I might have said that, some bullshit always just happened right after that I could have just avoided if I just calmed down for a second.
Facts. I mean, sometimes you gotta go with your gut though.
No, for sure.
I feel like that there's a certain point where like you won't be let down when you go with your gut. Like if you're really back and forth, you're like, all right, let me see how was I feeling with the initial decision, and that's what you just go with.
Yeah, the decisions where you literally can't use a lot of logic and you literally have to just go with what feels right. Now, I feel like they're not only just the most important ones, but they're the most like insightful ones. It'll really like show you where you at right now. Like, see how much you actually like grew and how you actually changed. It's like, it's scary, but like it's something that you need to go through sometimes.
For sure. What would you say is the biggest risk, like even outside of music, that you've taken this far?
Whatchamacallit, I was like at work, just like, you know, doing my job, minding my business. I get a call from a number that like I don't got saved or anything. I ignore it. They call me 2 times, then they text me like, yo, pick up, hit me back, rah. I'm like, okay. You know, my curiosity always gets the better of me. It could be some scamming dude, I'ma still call you back. I just gotta see, I just gotta make sure. Call him back. Maybe like in the beginning of the year, I had won some competition to where it's like, oh, if you win, you get to have a meeting with Atlantic Records. I called dude back, he's like, yo, what are the chances I can get you in New York tomorrow morning? It's like, at this point in time, like I literally have a full-time job and like a full-time job schedule. You know what I mean? Like there's no PTO. You call out, you're probably getting fired. You know? So I'm like, let me see what I could do. Like it was looking real tough. It was looking like if I did it, I was probably gonna like lose my job. But like I had to just, I had to do it. I had to take that drive and all that. And you know, turns out like the people who were there, like they had me, so it was all good. You know, but that was definitely the biggest risk I've ever taken. I didn't know what I was gonna get out of that. I didn't know what the situation was gonna be at all. I didn't really know to do like that. So I feel like whenever it comes to music, I'm always willing to like go the extra mile.
Yeah, for sure. So how'd that meeting go?
The meeting was good. I feel like I just took the gems like a grain of salt. You know what I mean? And you know, I feel like I take it with me wherever I go now. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like anybody who's like heard that, oh, you had a meeting with Atlantic, or you up here now, so it's like It was what it was, and I really do like to take those with me whenever I'm in like any sort of professional situation, just because like I feel like I can apply those anywhere in the music world. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah, I did watch that vlog. I saw that you had a couple of your homies with you.
Yeah.
I feel like you always got a few people with you. Like the first time we met, you had your homie with you. You came in with your team, little cuz over there.
Yeah.
Pops.
Yes, sir.
And then, yeah. So like, speak to the importance of having a good, solid team around you.
I don't know, if like anybody who like goes through stuff alone, I just feel like it's just unnecessary. I mean, like, bring the team with me wherever I'm at. It just like, I feel like it makes me feel more like me. Cause like when I'm dolo, I be feeling like I overthink everything I'm trying to say, or like I'm just trying to like really weave through a place where I could actually like get comfortable. But like when I got like familiar faces with me, just like it calms the nerves down, and it's like easier for me to like get my words and my thoughts and ideas out all out on the screen or on paper.
Yeah, I mean, they did help you pick the colors for today and all that too.
This is definitely inspired by the team, though.
Yeah.
We're not Knicks fans, though.
Yeah, always good to have a second opinion. Where is the Knicks fan at?
The dude's going. Y'all done made him uncomfortable.
So yeah, you were talking about a show that you have coming up.
Yeah.
What show is that?
So next Saturday, I got my own set at Joyner Fest in Worcester, Massachusetts, at the Palladium outside. Doors open at 2. I don't even know. This ain't gonna be out before then.
I mean, it might be.
Oh shoot.
It might be.
Hey, if this is out before then, cop a ticket. Go chill. You gonna see me. You might see Coco.
You might.
You never know.
You never know.
Come out to the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't be on stage though.
Who said that?
But yeah, so how did that come about?
So I've always had like a person who knows him. You know what I mean? It's whether it was like my uncle or my friends growing up. One of like my old best friends is his nephew. So like, and then whatchamacallit, his dad actually was like really close working with him throughout his entire career, and like to this day they're like best friends. So like anytime that like I would put something out, maybe when I was like a kid, when I first met him, like he was just like, yo, this is my nephew, he makes music. But you know, it was like 9 or 10, so it was like kids bop. It was like, it was lame. But you know, he like just remembered that, and then like as like I grew up and the art grew up with me, you know, he could like see how dynamic it got, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And like he felt like he would see it sometimes, and then like word would go around and it would come back to me, and then you know some opportunities got graced upon me. Yeah,
that's what's up. So he saw you since the schoolboy swag days.
Yeah.
So that was, they laughing, but that was a good. When I was watching that video, I was impressed. I'm like, this is, first of all, it's some good bars for a kid, right? And also the whole, like, you had your classmates in there, mom in there, like a whole bunch of different scenes and all that. Like, was that a class project or you just did it for you?
So when I told the principal, yo, I'm trying to shoot a music video in school, he's like, all right, we gotta be organized. They make like 100 permission slips for the kids to take and like go home and have their parents sign.
Oh yeah.
And they would come back and whatchamacallit, probably like after school is done, we'd have like, you know, like the after school stuff, you know, like, oh, people want to play basketball, people want to do extra homework. Instead, we would shoot the music video instead for like that, maybe like a good 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's dope. Had the whole school behind you.
Yeah, definitely a once in a lifetime experience for me.
But yeah, no, that's dope. I mean, that speaks to your talent. Like everybody everybody was on board, everybody at the school, and you believing in your talent too.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people hide it, like if they're not confident in their abilities yet. So would you say that you treat music like a job?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, it doesn't even feel like a job. You know what I mean? It's like when you're doing something you love, it don't feel like a job. You know. But
I'm saying like in terms of like the time, energy that you put into it.
Especially since I left school, like I feel like even when I was in school, I was like clawing for music. Like I'd like out of nowhere, like I would just like stop going to class and I would just like rather record, or I'd rather write, or I'd rather click up with like one of my producers out there, or just write with somebody else. Like, and like it was weird because like I was going to school for music, but it was just like it still felt like it was two different worlds. But every time that I feel like I'm like in that mode of doing music, and even though like I'm spending my time and my energy on it, I never like felt tired or felt like I could be doing something else that's like better. It's just like something that I love and I genuinely enjoy, whether it's writing or recording or engineering something. It's just like the process of it is like a basketball player playing at the gym or something like that. You know what I mean? Just second nature.
Flow state.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how you know for real.
You know what I mean?
What were you going to school for?
I was going to school for sound engineering.
Oh, okay. So on your YouTube, Instagram, you know, all that, I see that you're always putting out content, putting out some unreleased, putting out, like, it seems like you have a lot of content. If someone looks up your name, they're going to find like a whole, like they might fall down a little rabbit hole.
Most definitely.
Speak to like how important it is for an artist to put themselves out there and put their art out there in front of everybody.
I won't lie to you, like, when content was like actually like first like emerging, I was like really, really, really against it. Just cause like I didn't understand how the necessity of like actually making short clips that appeal to these like kids and like younger people's like attention spans. And like even though like I was like conforming to like what everybody else like was like, oh, you need to do, like I be forgetting that like this shit's a business. You know what I mean? And like I'm not signing no label, I'm doing it by myself. And in doing it by yourself, and you have like a million jobs packed into one. You got to be your own marketer, your own manager, you got to be your number one fan, you got to be doing everything. So this content stuff I didn't realize how important it was until I seen what it can do, like the outreach of it. Like you don't know who's on Instagram or who's on YouTube, what famous rich person or marketer or somebody who's bored as hell just scrolling through Instagram and YouTube. So it doesn't take that much time and it doesn't take that much effort. But when you put that much time and effort into it, into making something that you like know is like gold, somebody else is gonna recognize it. And it's like the same amount of time and effort that you would put into like a music video or making like a short film for like your album or something. Imagine taking like a fraction of that and making something that you could put on Instagram and YouTube for an even bigger game. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's important just because like it has unlimited outcomes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you never know who's out there watching, and then also like it's so important to make people familiar with their face. Like they might see you on Instagram or TikTok, now you're part of their algorithm. Now they're like, oh, this person keeps dropping some heat. Hold on, let me actually go look them up a little bit.
All the time.
Yeah, like back in the day, you could just upload to SoundCloud, and like it might go viral off SoundCloud. Times is changing a little bit. It's like TikTok's a new SoundCloud.
It is.
Instagram Reels the new SoundCloud too. Like
times are different. They got apps with their own like music charts. Like
exactly.
The game has changed real drastically.
Yeah. At what point did you realize that it was so important though? Like what made you stop going against the grain for the content?
For one, my pops was really like pushing for me to like actually like start like posting more, cause like, you know, like I was really in a mode of just like only post something if it had like quality to it, instead of just like, cause like I didn't have a camera, I literally just had my phone. So it's like I'm not gonna just post a random video that I made on my phone if it doesn't go with like the quality of stuff that I've been trying to post last time, even if it's like months or like years apart. I just don't want to mess up like the vibe that I'm giving off. But like as time went on, I just really gave like I like grew I can't really care about it attitude. Like I just had to branch out and like actually try to do it, because somebody could see something tomorrow, somebody could see something the next day, and anything could change at like any given time. And I just want to like up the chances of that happening. And I feel like right now at this day and age, content's the way of that happening. You know, I mean, like I feel like I still got like my own sort of steez and mystique when it comes like to anything that I drop. You know, I can still create some sort of aura and vibe for it. But And like sometimes I do feel like the content sort of kills it, because like when you're trying to create a vibe for something that you've created, and like people can go back and see content from maybe like months or like years before, of like, say I was making like a little skit for another song that had a completely different vibe, and somebody's like, he's trying to be all serious in this one, but he's all goofy in this one. Like, where is he actually at? So I feel like it sometimes makes it difficult to actually like show people that you're switching directions and you're going into like a new path that you're trying to push out with your art. But so everything has its pros and cons. So it is what it is. You know?
I feel like it's definitely a two-sided coin. Like, to you might want to keep that mystique and like bury the old stuff, but at the same time, like, there's that evolution. Like, every artist has that evolution and has a fan base that grows. And I feel like as a music fan, it is dope to see like the evolution of an artist. Like, oh, I like them in this phase. I like for someone like, for example, The Weeknd, you know, the House of Balloons phase versus where he's at now. Like, I feel like that evolution is definitely dope. If you can look back and see it, you like, oh yeah, like, this person grew up in front of us. Like, we feel like we were with them on their journey. Like, I feel like that's how you really grow like a cult fan base. Like, look at Tyler the Creator with like Goblin and all that, and versus now. That evolution is definitely dope. And then you can look back and be like, damn, I see they did always have this in them, like in mind, low key, but this is just the mature, grown up version of them.
I definitely do feel like they did have the privilege of being in like a different era where you could push out just like the music videos or like just regular songs, and they can just get pushed out. And to be honest, like, I am doing the content, but like my real goal is to sort of like be able to just like make short films or like something that's a little bit more captivating that won't be put in the box as content. I want to like build something of my own that's like labeled to like my name or my team, and just like something that, you know, like how Tyler the Creator is just like really original with everything that he does, and like something that can like be the starting point for my own growth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that. Definitely, like, I feel like you need the building blocks, the content to get to that also. Like, everything definitely has its purpose. Let's see, let's get into some of these, right? Some little bonus questions. How do you usually handle like disappointment? Let's say if it's in music or in life.
I used to handle it like terribly. Like, from maybe like weeks or like months, I'd be like upset about the same thing. If I didn't get this opportunity, or if I was in a competition, somebody else won something, just little things like that, I could never like really actually like move on from it. And like, I feel like now it's just like not being in school or like being like around a group of people who like watch and know your every move. That sort of just, it made it easier to be like shit goes on. You don't got nobody remind you like, hey, didn't you lose this, or like, didn't you not get this? Like, it's just you.
I feel like we kind of fall into thinking like everybody's checking for us after something like flopped, you know, or something like, but nobody's really checking. Like, they gonna notice when it's good, but we're really the ones holding it close to our heart. Like, even if they are checking, they gonna forget tomorrow.
But it shows that you care about your own, the shit that you got going on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
How'd you kind of break out of that though?
I feel like being like dolo for a minute like really helped me do it, just because like I don't feel like you can like really like take the time to fix yourself around other people, especially if you're like a real like a person who's easy to get influenced. You know what I mean? Sometimes people can say things that like just seem interesting, or do something that seems interesting that works for them, but it just don't work for you. But like when you keep seeing it work for them, you just want to keep on trying. And then you don't realize that like you're a different person, and you got to take the time to figure out what works for you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Figure out your own journey. I saw you had the 616 in LA freestyle, right?
Yeah.
First of all, I love that song, the original, and I like yours a lot.
Appreciate it.
That song's an underrated song. I feel like it got swept under the. I'm glad you went on that beat too.
Yeah, me too. I feel like that one's definitely one of the most underrated ones too. I think it's just because it was on Instagram instead of like actually putting it out, but it should be out.
Yeah, no, I like that one. You definitely snapped. I'm gonna pause it and put the clip right here in the interview.
Listen to that shit. Stupid.
Let's see. Do you think that hardships in life make for the best art, or do you think that the best art comes from creating in like when everything's all good?
I feel like the best art comes from like any aspect of life in general. I feel like everybody can get inspired from like happiness or sadness or like any sort of emotion or any sort of experience. Like anything can be flipped into something that's creative. Like somebody could be like sitting in this room and get inspired by the lights or like the background or like the plant.
Yeah.
You know, like anything that's really simple can get flipped into something that's complex. You know what I mean? Especially like the artists that like take time and like make something big out of nothing. I feel like that's why I feel like every creative and artist is like dramatic, and you have to be dramatic because if you're not, like, how are you getting into the nitty gritty of something that you're trying to express? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta be dramatic. Gotta sometimes be pretty emotional.
Yeah,
even if you don't show it.
Exactly.
I seen Vince Staples has said something like, he said like trauma's the seasoning to create.
Trauma boosts creativity. I know you talk about that a lot. And I fuck with trauma, bro. It's the spice of life. Yeah.
I feel like there's some truth to that, but
nah, that's a bar.
But I don't think like you shouldn't go out there just trying to do dumb shit or trying to fake like you're.
Yes.
It's a lot of people trying to like fake like they going through this, fake like they.
That shit is corny.
Nah, just be you.
Exactly. Like that shit is corny, and you can hear it because when something's real, you can hear it when the way that someone talks or the way somebody acts. You can tell when that shit is like fake as hell.
For sure. Yeah. All right. Last little bonus question.
Right.
Who would be your dream collab?
My dream collab is it's a three-way tie. It's either Saba, Smino, or Kenny Mason. It's a three-way tie. Smino is one of the best lyricists I've ever heard in my life. Kenny Mason, I feel like he just like figured out a way to like create his own lane when it looked like every lane was taken.
Yeah.
Saba for obvious reasons, you know, like it's just like I feel like when you listen to him, you just feel refreshed, and you just feel like you back in like 2016 or something.
Facts. Yeah, some good vibes going on.
Yeah,
but yeah, I probably listen to Smino the most out of all those. And then I discovered this dude Reggie through Smino, but he only has like 4 songs.
Yeah. I think I seen him do the Colors live show.
Yeah,
he's probably too. I feel like they all got the same little stilo for him.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, Smino, Saba, and who?
Kenny Mason.
One of y'all need to reach out, make that happen in due time. But yeah, all right, that's a wrap.
I bet.
Novian Wright. Make sure y'all check out that live performance, stream his music.
Right, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you having me. Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. Always welcome back.
Yes, sir.
That's another episode of Harmony. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'm Coco. This is Novian.
Connections, like we need Wi-Fi for these venues. We do shows ever checkers to save it. The checkers got problems with spending my time with folks I know don't accept me. Act like we fan, but on the low I've always known they resent me. I hate the club, I just sit down and don't let hoes in the section. It's second nature, been locked down so long I love to protect it. My piece of energy costs so much, it's